So it's recording. All right. Okay. And I think it's recording. So in here, I want to get from VCS. Okay.
Okay.
So get from VCS. I'm going to get from VCS and I'm going to put in the repository for the remote repository. So if I go out to my GitHub, that example, the example one, okay,
Yes.
um, that's the one that we're going to want to use. So I'm going to click on example, and I'm just going to copy the code for the example, and the Git repository for that looks like this. So github.com, my username, bamarshall06, flask _ example dot git.
Okay.
Okay. And
And we,
where am I going to put it? I can put it into Flask example, but it's already got something there called Flask example in that exact file location. So I'm going to put it in, this is 6391 mod 03 Marshall demo. Okay. I think that might work. I mean, that's going to now put it inside a cool directory, right? So I'm going to hit clone and it's cloning the whole repository. I'm going to trust the project and then I'm going to bring it over here.
so that directory file name looked a lot like the file name we used for Heroku.
Yeah, that's fine.
Um,
That's what I
but
wanted it to be. Yeah.
that's not going to Heroku. No,
No,
it's
no, no. It's just a folder.
okay.
It's just a folder structure, right? It just makes it so that um, I can like remember which one I'm working on. I'm working on module 3 demo. Kind
Okay.
of nice. All right. Now, if we look here, I have my app file. I have my app, all the stuff that I need. I have my app, my proc file, my requirements. Everything's here. Okay. However, I don't have a VE and V folder. Okay. So I'm going to come down to the interpreter. I'm going to say add a new interpreter, add a local interpreter, and I'm going to create a new one and make sure it's inside this folder that we just created. I'm going to click
Okay.
OK. All right. And then if I open up requirements has a bunch of stuff in here, and that came down from Flask. That came down from the Flask example.
Yeah.
Technically, it's not supposed to. So if I come into my terminal and I go pip freeze and I send it to requirements, that's going to take the everything that's been installed on my virtual environment and put it out to freeze and put it out to this requirements. If I open it up, it's empty because nothing's been installed in. I just made that virtual environment. Nothing's installed in there yet, right? So this is, if I do pip freeze, this little thing says send all the stuff that's in my virtual environment out to the requirements document so Heroku can use it to install it on in their environment. So Heroku is going to use everything in this list to like know what to install. So when you
Okay.
say it building, it has to grab all those libraries from everywhere and build it every single time. Okay. So what I want to do is down here, I want to install two things: pip install Flask. And when I do that first one, notice my requirements document is going to be empty still. Okay. Why? Because I didn't freeze it yet. If I do a pip freeze, I'm just going to hit the up arrow twice. Notice my requirements document now has all the files for Flask.
Awesome.
Okay. Now I need to also install pip install Gunicorn.
Okay.
Now Gunicorn is just that little tiny web server that Heroku needs to know what web server should they use. So I'm going to do Gunicorn. It's installed. I'm going to hit the up arrow twice and I'm going to freeze it to requirements. Now it shows up in requirements, line 5.
Awesome.
At that point, I can send all of this to Heroku. Okay. And the way to do that, I mean, this is all done. I can just make a couple little changes. Like I can go into my base file and instead of Flask app, I can be Haley, right? And I can add a navigation and I can do little things, right? Oh, maybe I'll change out the picture of Tyler to something else. Okay. In my proc file, I haven't messed with the proc file. It came right out of my Flask example. Proc file stays the same. So technically the proc file, the base, all this just stays the same. Now, what I want to do is click on the hamburger and I want to go to Git, manage remotes. Right now, this is my remote. If you try to push this to me, although I made it public, you can't send stuff to me because it's not you. So click that and just get rid of that remote. And
Okay.
then at that point, you just go get and then share project on GitHub. So you don't have it's not on GitHub anywhere now, but now let's send it to GitHub. So we'll share project on GitHub, we'll make it private, and we'll hit share. And it's going to send it out to GitHub. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So it is working. So if I wanted to test it, I can go like Python app.py and we know it's working. Okay. Because like this would throw an error if it didn't work, right?
Mhm.
Well, I can actually click on it and that gets working. Okay. Now, I just pushed this all out. So it's been sent to GitHub. Let me go and look and show you my GitHub. So GitHub. Okay. So in my GitHub, the one I just did was 6391 mod 3 demo. Okay. It's all there, including the proc file and the requirements. And it's all in the right folder structure. Okay.
Great.
Now I need to take it from GitHub and send it to Heroku.
Okay.
Okay. So it goes PyCharm, GitHub, GitHub, Heroku. Okay. So I'm going to go into my dashboard for Heroku and I'm going to create a new app. The new app is going to be called MMIS 6391 mod 03 Marshall demo. And then I'm going to say, oh, it has to have a payment method, which I can do later. If we sign out and sign back into this one, this has a payment method. I don't have to worry about that right now. Let me just log into this other one. 07. All right. Logged in. I'm going to create a new app. Same thing. See, all these kids have put all their stuff on my good one. Okay. So create a new app right here. MMIS 6391 mod 03 Marshall demo. Okay. Create the app. It's creating the app right now. And I'm going to
Yes.
click on GitHub. Okay.
Okay.
So once I click on GitHub, you're going to want to connect. I've already connected to my GitHub here. Okay. Over here, I'm just going to do a search 6391, click search, and it shows up right here. I say connect it. Once it's connected, I'm going to say enable auto deploy. That means if you ever are on PyCharm and you send it out to GitHub, it's going to auto deploy right here. It's going to automatically suck it from GitHub. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to deploy it right now. I'm going to say, you know what? Do it right now. So boom, do it right now. All right. Now I did all that. I come over to activity and it's starting to build. Automatically it's building. So I click on my build process. No Python version was specified. We'll just use the basic one and that's all great. It's all doing its thing. It's installing all the packages. Look, there's Click, there's Flask, there's Gunicorn. It just went to the requirements document. It installed everything it needed to. And then it says it's almost done. Oh, build finished. If I click open app, there's my app.
Awesome.
That's all it is for demo.
That is so helpful. Thank you. I definitely see where I went wrong. That is very helpful. Thanks.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that really helped me out. So thank you so much.